we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We are, welcome to the DM and Friends live stream that we do every week here on Thursday. We are doing it on Christmas night because it's Thursday. And we have Chris Clark here. We're waiting on our friend Stephen Clements to get here. But I hope everybody's had a great Christmas and it's I've had a good one. How's it going, Chris? How was your
real good? It's been a busy day, I will admit, but it has been a wonderful day. I have a cocktail on order, so we were good there. And oh my God, if I eat any more, I'm going to explode.
Yeah,
I need to do a recut of I think it's Perry Como, most wonderful time of the year, right? I'm going to redo it as most fattening time of the year.
Yeah, I usually
believe me when I tell you. Oh yeah.
Steven, welcome. Thanks for jumping on, man.
Sure.
Merry Christmas.
You as well. I got a new cordless drill for like fixing things, because that's what I do around here most of the time. So
looks like we lost him. He's coming back, and here he comes.
Yeah, there we are.
There we go. Now we hear you.
Yay.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if you heard me say. I said Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
And a joyous day I hope you have all had.
I would say so.
I hope you've all had. Yes.
Yeah, it was definitely a good day. Hey, Matt. Merry Christmas, Matt. Merry Christmas, Fred.
Yeah,
Papa Row 9764. Dogs ready, you little elf. All right. That's Ryan.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. So did everybody have a drink? Obviously, it sounded like Chris, you have one
on order. It'll get here eventually. It's
okay. We'll do a toast when he gets his.
Yeah. I got some 3-year-old Cuban rum right here.
We're gonna have a conversation about alcohol here tonight. I love it.
That's okay.
I'm doing the blue agave tonight. So.
Okay, sounds pretty good. I just want to give a shout out to my boy Harambe. He would have loved Christmas. Gone too soon. Sweet Prince.
Yeah.
The first time I ever found out about Harambe was when he got capped unjustly, and then even though he had never been in my life, I felt this emptiness, this void that will never be filled again, and that's why I've got a poster of him up there. Nice. Harambe in heaven. I know there's some screen glare, but hashtag D out, right?
But you have the shirt as well.
I do. So, yeah. One of the guys I game with online, never actually met the guy, but I played several campaigns with him. Decided to send it to me one time. Like over half of my clothes collection, people just buy for me. And I've never bought another dude a shirt, but lots of other dudes have bought me shirts. I don't know what that's about. Do y'all know what that means? Like, I rarely buy myself clothes. Other people just keep buying me clothes. I'm not even talking about my mom.
Wife dress me. Keep her happy. She's the one who's got to look at me. So I let her buy my clothes.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's con t-shirts. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. What was that, con t-shirts?
Yeah, my con t-shirts take up like half my closet, and it's
I got to start cycling through my con t-shirts for the show too. It's like, man, I got so many dating back too. It's just
But speaking of shirts and the show, all right, Angelo, you already showed it on one video today. Come on.
Whoa.
Addicted to goth girls? Well, one, I agree. That's very nice, and my wife is one herself. So she approves this message. But the more you spend around someone, the more you learn about them.
Yeah.
You're a man of taste.
And the hypodermic is full of vitamin B12, correct?
What's that?
I said the hypodermic is filled with vitamin B12.
Oh, no, I think it's filled with, let's look at it a little closely here. I think it's filled with, I don't know. I haven't had a full examination on this shirt yet, but
Are those spiral galaxies, or is that?
Let me do a little.
I think it's actually been postulated that most spiral galaxies exist within vitamin B12. Yeah.
Probably see it better there. Yeah.
Oh, it's like Betty Page and like other gothy chicks. Yeah, I feel you.
Love
I
it.
feel you.
Love it.
Okay.
I'll drink to that. To goth girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
So that's your type, goth girls, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Somebody put a comment in one of my videos a while back, a little while ago, a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, talking about hair bands, because I had had a Bauhaus shirt on, and they basically mentioned, awesome shirt, blah blah blah, and then they had another one of New Order or something. And they mentioned the hair bands. They're like, everybody back in the 80s, early 80s playing D&D was all into hair bands, but there was a lot of us too that were listening to that kind of alternative goth, post-punk music. And I thought that was funny when you brought that up, because that was my scene back. I mean, I love everything from the 80s. I mean,
wait, that was your scene? So you were like in the goth clubs?
Man.
Is that what you're talking about?
I'll pull out some pictures, but yeah, I graduated high school with dyed black hair down past my.
So this is why you know about Vampire. This is why you know so much about it, because you were in the club. You were in the scene.
Man. Yeah. Fred knows. He's on the call on text. He because he knew me back in high school, and that was my thing. Yeah, I appreciate all the music, and that whole scene was pretty alive back in the early to mid 80s. Yeah.
Well, the aesthetic was everywhere, and I mean, the girls were representing it well. It didn't make me mad to see it once.
I have a couple friends that I went to high school with, some girls I hung out with, and as soon as I got this this shirt, I sent her a picture. She's like, "Oh my god, how rad!" So, anyways,
dude, Fred's telling on you in the chat. He is telling on you hard, and but at least the Cure was good. I mean, some would say still good. Got nothing against them. They knew how to like write songs. And play instruments and sing with their voice and not a computer. And and inspired all kind of aesthetics across the culture. No, it was some cool stuff.
Those definitely were the days.
You missed
goth girl.
You missed the intro, Stephen. I want to redo. I think it's Perry Como that does this. I could be wrong, but I want to redo. The most fattening time of the year. I got the pipes, baby. I do.
You do got the pipes.
You got to keep them conditioned with all that tobacco smoke. You got to keep a certain level of grit.
The tobacco smoke actually gives me a lower set of octaves, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm really only about 5'8", folks. So, I have the voice of someone that's about 6'3", but no, I'm only about 5'8". Yeah. And I out all the nicotine and tobacco. I do, which that's about the only thing it's good for, really, and keep me awake. So yeah.
Chris, you're 5'8".
I'm 5'8". I am
5'8". Got it. Okay.
I am diminutive, if I may use that term. But on the bright side, I fit in European sports cars, dude.
Yeah.
I told you the story of my son and the European sports car I gave him for his 60th birthday, right? No. I found him a fixer-upper Fiat 1982 Fiat GT 2000 convertible. And the body wasn't too rugged, and I listened to it run, and the guy was sure it had a rod knock, and I knew exactly what it was when I heard it because I'd had a Fiat Spider before. So I paid him his $800 and didn't say nothing to my son, walked him over to it because it was only several blocks from our house, and he has a spring birthday, and then drove him home in it. And I tossed him the keys. I said, "Happy birthday, son." And he looked me in the eye, and he said, "Dad, yeah, it's a stick shift, Dad." I said, yes, it is. And he said, I can't drive a stick shift. So he did not drive it. Imagine being 16 years old and having a convertible sports car in high school. I'm thinking that certain types of girls in high school might be attracted to that sort of thing. So I looked him squarely in the eye and I said, "You can tell me, son, I won't think less of you. Do you like girls?" And he got mad and walked in the house. So he decided he wanted to learn how to drive it when he turned 20. He got in and no longer fit because he was 6'2". And he said, "Dad, I don't know what you can do, man. You're going to have to sell it because I can't drive this car." We had the seat, like I almost wanted to take the seat out, let him sit in the back seat,
Yeah, race car drivers and jockeys, I think, have that similarity there.
So I let him sit in the passenger seat and speed shifted through all 5 gears just to show him what he had missed. And that was it. That was his only ride in the Fiat. And we got decent money for it, but I felt so bad for him because he could have scored like a banshee in high school. Oh my God!
Do you remember?
It's a good-looking car, and his holdup was, I don't know how to use a manual.
My Facebook picture.
That takes like a few hours to learn.
My Facebook picture has that Fiat in it. That's the Fiat I bought him.
Yeah,
that's the car.
Yeah.
That hot thing.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry. The rod knock, it needed to have the cams re-timed. I needed a new belt and to have the twin overhead cams re-timed. That was it. And I knew it because I'd done that job before. Took me about 4 hours.
Let me see if I can find that picture.
Like oh my God. Yeah.
No, it's a great picture. It's hot.
Well, the car looked good. I'm no slouch. I mean, I'm not professional, but I'm no slouch.
You know what you're doing. So, Matt, your first car was an '86 Ford Escort station wagon. Mine was a '85 Toyota Tercel, and I called it the Blue Bomber. And it worked great. Plenty of space. Got me around everywhere I wanted to go. And like I was underage, and my folks like decided to swap out that car and gave me my brother's old Saturn, which was a complete piece of crap car. And always had problems. The Saturns are not well made, and they weren't very attractive. And it turns out my brother never even changed the oil, and I got it at like 80-something thousand miles.
I'm not sure that lessens the life of the car, to be honest with you.
And but that means he didn't do anything else,
right?
No other maintenance. And then they gave the Tercel to somebody else. Well, they sold it to him for a little bit, and then within 3 months they totaled it. And I was like, I love that car. They destroyed it.
Yeah, my first car was a 1965, what we used to call the Chevy Biscuit, which was a Chevy Biscayne.
Chevy Biscuit.
And my brother actually totaled it before I ever got to drive it because I got it when I was 15. I got my first car. Yeah, I did a nice job on the body, I thought, anyway. And she was quick. She was quick. I could, between here and the subdivision that's about a quarter mile up the road, I could hit 105,
That's cool.
And clutches are for losers, personally. You don't need a clutch on that car. You just take your foot off the gas briefly and slap that stick, baby.
Fred's was a Ford Gran Torino with electric bench seats that went down and made a king-size bed inside.
And what would you use that for, Fred? No, never.
That's convenient for the 80s. Zarian said he had a GMC Jimmy. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I had first. Mine was a Chevy, those little compact car. I think it was in the early 80s. Yes.
Or what we used to call the Shove-It. Although, believe it or not, those were great little cars.
Oh man, I drove that thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. Those cars
got it from my grandparents. It was such an awesome little car. Yeah. Wow.
And Fred, I did have a K car. In fact, I had 2 of them. One of them was a convertible. Now the convertible was a piece of junk, but the station wagon was great. And I bought my K car for $90 because it got rusty enough in the front suspension that the springs broke. And so what I did is I bought the entire front end of a K car from a junkyard and bolted it in because it's only held together with 6 bolts in the front end. Yeah. And it took me one afternoon, and we had a wonderful little K car. It was wonderful. Yeah. Marsh drove that for 3 weeks, I think, before she's got an offer for it. Said, "Can I just sell it? Because this guy wants to give me a lot of money." Sure, whatever. I think we had $300 wrapped up in it by that point. So yeah. Anyway, this is a gaming show, I think, mostly, isn't it?
Well, we talk cars too here. So, so how was Christmas dinner, guys? Tell me about and then we'll get into. I wanted to make
Steven
sure
first,
plug
because
a couple of these cons.
Get Steve. Where'd you go? What'd you do to Steven?
I didn't do anything to him. We lose.
He's at home right now going, "I've been kicked out of worse places."
What happened, Steven? We lost you again.
Figured it out as my VPNs trying to keep me too secure, and I'm like, no, I will risk the open internet to talk to these guys because when I was asked what do I want most for Christmas, I was like, I want to hang out with Angelo and Chris. And my wife was like, "Are you sure, honey?" She's playing with her hair. And I was like, "No, that's like the best present ever." And she was like, "Well, I mean, I got this hot car, and like that friend of mine that you really like she could come over at 8, and I'm like, "No, nothing's getting with my buddies." So I just locked her in her room, came and hung out with you.
Model her new vinyl Christmas outfit, and the neoprene one. No, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Telling on themselves, huh?
Am I revealing too much of my personality? I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're a man of taste as well.
So you still have guests over right now?
I've got the whole family over right now.
No, okay, yeah, got it.
But that's
before we get into talking gaming, I did want to plug a couple of cons here and a couple of things that we normally do. Just not being asked to do this, but it's a good thing to do. I think to push the cons that are coming up. We do have next month the Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo. I will be there. Chris will be there. Are you gonna make it? No, you can't make it. Okay. But anyways, you guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. QR code is right there. Scan it. That'll take you to the site. You can get a badge and all that neat stuff. And then after that, definitely I always want to plug Heidi and Eric's venture that they have, AidCon, which we'll see each other all there too. Steven, you're going to be there, right? For AidCon?
Not this one, no.
Oh, I thought you were. Okay. Well, I just found out, unfortunately, I've been asked to go as a special guest, which I'm very honored, and I can't wait for that. But I just found out that this happens the same week. Well, I didn't just find out, but I have known this. This happens the same week as Historicon, which I love to go. And last one, I got to game with Joe Block and played some Ogre and all that. And man, I'm super bummed that they're at the same time, but it's going to be a great AidCon. I can't wait to go there.
Well, if you're really jonesing, I'll run some more pigs. Okay,
we can do that. And
you can even be Nazis if you want. I mean, it's up to you.
Okay. Yeah. AidCon, I haven't been to Lake Geneva, and God, it's been since before COVID. So
since you got banned, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah.
That wasn't me. That was somebody else that we know.
Some other goth freak. I mean, enthusiast. Yeah.
Enthusiast, yes. But yeah, looking forward to AidCon too. And I also did want to, I don't know if you guys have been following, well, of course you've been following, but I also wanted to give a quick update to Orange Cat Games Kickstarter that they have right now. I'm going to bring that up. Looks like they're doing really well. You obviously know Ron too, Steven. And let me bring this up for us to check out. So yeah, it looks like they've definitely went over. They pledged 10,000 over the 2,000 goal. 25 days left to go.
Wow.
Yeah, doing really well. We had Ron on the show a while back, and I really I backed this. Oh my God, woof! And looking forward to seeing this come through. So I'll put it in the show notes, guys. Definitely recommend backing this, an old school game. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
If I can interject, I would say too, just I looked over it. I don't think I backed it yet because I have to get permission because of my money is her money and her money is her money. But anyway,
Oh yeah. Of course.
Be that as it may, enormous value for the size of the pledges too. Really.
Yeah.
It's not, give us $100 and we'll print you something. No, it's really, it's quite a good value for the money. So
yeah. Looking forward to it, and best of luck to these guys on. Well, they've already funded, but best of luck on other adventures. I know he's
stretchy
thinking
goals
about.
too. Yeah.
Hey, it
Yeah,
could
the
fund
stretch
so much
goals.
they could all retire.
Yeah,
And if they're already
that'd be
retired, they could
awesome.
retire twice. I mean, Shadow Dark did big numbers, right? Maybe they get those numbers too. Just saying. Wouldn't hurt nobody.
What are you drinking? No, never mind.
I already told you it's a Cuban rum, which your drink has arrived, hasn't it?
I don't think mine's strong enough to, we're not.
Yeah, and pretty soon we'll be talking about Castle Wolfmoon's Kickstarter too. So obviously we're all, I mean,
well, hopefully both of you are going to
invested in friendships
we'll
or
see.
writing and editing or whatever. But looking forward to talking more about that. We'll give a weekly
Steve and I
update
are
on
also
that, huh?
working on a different joint project, although he's doing 99% of the work. So don't get me wrong. Because he's writing some adventures for the old ICR game for Inner City.
That's right.
The one is good. It's called Bumpy's Hustle, and it's a pretty decent adventure about an art heist. I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm not into spoilers. But the one I'm really looking to play, and I haven't seen it yet, is Blackula, and it is oh my god! Given that the game is a remake of all the really bad television shows of the 70s and 80s, Blackula fits that like a glove. And and if it does not fit, you must have quit. But trust me, it fits. Oh my god, yeah.
Well, and when I tell people the name Blackula's Blood Castle, they instantly want to play it. I remember Lou was like threatening to like sacrifice his children to get in a game, and I was like, dude, it's okay. We'll just schedule an event where you can join in. It's okay. And Matt, I think you played in a session playtest of Blackula's Blood Castle. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm thinking about the Bumpy Hustle that you did, but
I did Bumpy.
Yeah,
I played Bumpy and enjoyed myself. Died a few times, but I enjoyed myself.
Well, it's Inner City. That's how that goes, right? Mortality's fast. But since you mentioned that, my plan today was to just chill and like read and watch stuff. And like my main Christmas gift was my mother-in-law found some stupid deals on a bunch of choose your own adventures because I like
my god, hold that up again. Is that the red banner top? Yeah.
Yeah, she got like 12 of them. And like the TSR Endless Quest, I'm a collector of those. I wait until they're like an acceptable price, like $10 to $20, and I snatch it. So that's great. But as I was sitting around, I was trying to relax. I was like, you know what? I got to get some work done. And I'd finished making a pass through of edits on the Bumpy Hustle. And so I was transcribing my notes and getting things fixed up. And actually editing my own stuff seems harder than editing other people's stuff because it's that problem I've touched on is I know what's supposed to be on the page. And so I have a certain amount of blindness.
Yes.
Whereas if I'm looking at somebody else's, then it's so much clearer. But we're getting it there. It's looking good.
Wasn't there a movie Blackula from the 80s?
Two of them. Blackula and Blackula Scream. And they're both startlingly good movies, probably because the lead, I think, is William Marshall. He's so good in it. And he brought, from what I've heard, he pushed to make the movie better than it was intended to be.
Got it.
And so the first one, Blackula, that's just a good fun time horror blaxploitation. It's actually a pretty nuanced vampire Dracula-ish movie. But the second one, Blackula Scream, when it came out, I didn't really get it at the time, but I recently rewatched it. And now being older and seeing how life screws you over, and I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah,
I get it. And so it's a far better movie than I originally thought.
I do want to if you're going to write two adventures, I don't know, maybe you'll just combine the two into one, but regardless, I want to plant some seeds at the end of that adventure that lead them to the HE double hockey sticks house that's in the northern end of the map.
Oh yeah, that map's got so many things to mess with.
Oh, I know. Yes, it's an exploitive map. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Blackula, I have an idea for a 3-part series of that one. So we'll see how that goes.
I like
Yeah,
three.
yeah. Matt got taken out by Blackula. That's right. You made it to the warehouse, didn't you, Matt? Before, was it Wong was the only one who survived, or did no Wong got blown up by the hand grenade in there? Yeah, correct me, but Transylvania 65000. That's a fun movie. But
Well, and remember, folks, the flamethrower with a scope on it is plus 10 to hit. So,
Yeah.
especially if you get the laser sight scope, you know, this with the starlight. And yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, I think we all got drinks though, don't we? And we needed to do a toast.
Yeah, there you go.
Who are we toasting, sir?
Well, we're just toasting to Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas 2025.
and
May things always be just as good. That's all I have to say.
cheers.
To the birth of Christ and the hope of the world. Oh,
Amen.
that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, Matt, you did make it there. But speaking of Chris Clark intellectual property, I do want to bring up that if you're in the audience, if you haven't listened to it before, I did a 2-part reading of a short story by Chris Clark. Well, actually, it's someone Chris Clark knows intimately, possibly biblically.
Yes.
Hugh Betcha, called Vixen, and it is this trailer park trash Harlequin romance novel involving reindeer. And I was that's good, Matt. You got your Angry Orchard going. As I was reading it, I was like, "This is fun." Chris, can I do a live reading of this and put it on my channel? It's a 2-parter. And he's like, "Yeah, go for it." And as I was recording it in front of the camera, I was like, "Wait a second, is this furry material? Am I inadvertently feeding into the furry verse?" And
That was
Chris
not,
assured me that it's not, and I believe him. I
that was
believe
not
him.
the goal.
But Chris, why don't you tell people about this short story that you may have been involved in the creation of?
It's true. Well, yeah, Hugh Betcha is an alter ego of mine for things I don't want to publicly admit to writing. My wife used to consume Harlequin romances as you and I would perhaps consume a bag of potato chips. All right. And I told her, this stuff is dreck, honey. Read some real books, or no, I don't need that. This is what I need for my escape. I was like, any idiot can write a Harlequin. Oh, yeah, mister? Prove it. So that was written in 4 days. I wrote
So
Wow.
you prove that any idiot could write a Harlequin romance.
any idiot can write a Harlequin romance. But I needed a twist. And of course, I wanted to make it a little more progressive. So it's a young transvestite reindeer who's passing, as a buck, a doe in a buck's world, if you will. And she unfortunately falls in love with Prancer and eventually gives birth to his love child. I don't want to spoil too many of the surprises, but and of course Prancer denies her because he's just very narrow-minded.
And believe me, folks, there are way more surprises. He is not giving away the game here. But it's on Drive Through RPG if you want the PDF. But you could also go watch me read it to you, so we can share the horror and
I
drama.
do want to warn you. I know it's true for Steven. You will feel soiled when it's done. You will. You will need an immediate shower, and yeah. Well, you saw the number of reviews we had. We had some great reviewers on that. Satan reviewed it. Santa.
Those are good.
And yeah, a number of reviewers on it. So
those are really funny. And so Fred, once those brownies kick in, and once this live stream's over, go to my channel and go do Vixen parts 1 and 2. You'll be there, man. You will be in the zone.
Quite good. He'll suck you right in. Yeah, it's like it's like you're watching the movie. It is. It's incredible.
So that's cool.
And we were going to make the movie, other than there are certain bestiality laws that would prohibit us from doing most of the scenes that would be the important ones. So yeah.
Well, I hear if we film in Estonia, we can get away with it. But we'll look into that.
Yeah, sure. Get my hopes up.
Talking to people.
You're probably not aware. The entire My First series that has been put out under Inner City Games. So the My First Miniatures game, My First LARP, Those are also all written by Hugh Betcha. So yeah, because
gotcha.
they're not particularly good games, although they are kind of funny. Yeah. Anyway,
But so yeah, I just wanted to get, since we're on Christmas Day and that's Christmas themed, I wanted to go ahead and make sure people are aware that guy wrote reindeer smut.
Wow.
it's true.
And then I read it for the whole world to see.
And
Who has
her
the worst
wetwear she
choices
wears
in
are
life?
frankly a strap-on. I think I can say that here, can't I, Ren? Yeah. So
My God. I guess you
It's
just
not a
said,
cuss word, but
I don't have a bleep. Yeah. So yeah, I
I
guess.
told you to get a bleep. If you're going to
I
have
know,
me
I
on
need to get
regularly,
one.
you need a bleep. But yeah.
No, you're good. Do 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 do.
And
gotta
we
make
did
a
tell a
jingle
lot of
for that.
ads in the back of the book. I don't think you went through those on your live read. That's okay.
Not all of them.
You've played,
Yeah, there was a whole bunch
you read
of
the
them.
novel. Now get the lawn deer. Get the mouse pad. Yeah. And they're not actually for sale.
inflatable
You won't
ball.
be able to buy them anymore. There was perhaps a time, but no, those times have gone now.
Come
What's
on,
the
if someone
video link?
threatened
What's
to
the
throw-
video link again? And I'll put it in the chat. What was it again?
it's for Vixen
Vixen.
and yeah,
Vixen the reindeer. Here it is.
so 1 and 2.
Vixen, the Untold Story.
I got it.
That's it. Oh no, he found it.
Even
Yeah,
Al
Vixen the
Gore
Untold
reviewed
Story
it for
Part.
us. So yeah.
I believe so. Yeah,
Although
I
it's
think
not the same Al Gore you're thinking of that was like running half as the vice president. No.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I got it. I'll put it in the note, the show here. This is episode 1 right here. So if you guys can see that.
Ooh, look at that.
There
And
it
just to
is.
make sure that people are aware, there are no other sources on YouTube or anywhere else for a live reading of Vixen the Untold Story. I
Very true.
am the
Yeah.
only outlet. So yeah.
And you'll discover very rapidly why it's his picture that appears in Webster's under voice actors.
Yeah.
Shameless
and you've been doing quite a bit. I watched your last couple readings that you did, so you've been doing quite a bit lately as far as on your channel, reading some of the works that you've worked on or either written.
Yeah, and that's why I even got started doing this stuff in the first place, is because I wanted to make audio versions of the books and short stories I've worked on. And now I'm finally getting around to the books part of that. The short stories are mostly up there. There's a few I haven't done yet, but the books, and like Call Me Tennessee going right now, that's like 15 episodes. So that's going to go for a while. But researching another module review, AD&D Second Edition Clerics Challenge 2, because folks liked my review of the first the challenge series for Second Ed, because when I was looking out there, nobody else reviewed them. I mean, you might find a blog here or there, but no vlogs, and they're cool modules. And it's something different because it's designed with one player and just the DM in mind.
The solo
and
games,
that's a different experience, a different dynamic, and that's what I try to pick out for my channel, are modules that other people don't talk about.
Right.
I mean, I'll eventually hit the big ones like Isle of Dread and Keep on the Borderland, stuff like that, because everybody loves those.
Moon,
And Sinister Secret of Salt Marsh, which might have made me some mortal enemies, but a lot of people came out and said, you know what, you're right to trash it. It is a garbage module. And so it's,
don't beat around the bush. Say what you think.
And that was which one?
Sinister Secret of Salt Marsh is the
Salt Marsh.
It's not good, and I rip it for about an hour. I was like, this is too long, and I was like, no, it deserves this, and so I just gave it to it, man.
Are you talking about the original one, or are you talking about the original one? Okay.
Yeah, the original one.
You didn't like that, huh?
No, sure didn't. Well, and so much page count was wasted with the British authors talking about themselves and how special they are. and how you Yanks might not understand words we use, which they didn't use any They didn't use any British.
I'm pretty familiar with that
there was no
module.
euphemistic usage. No.
And that's like 3 pages of them talking about that crap. And then the module itself, there's a lot of not logically following, and parts of the adventure being locked behind a failed die roll.
Yeah.
And like not optional parts of the adventure. Like if you want to finish the adventure, you have to find the secret door. Not a fan.
I actually the story, I don't really remember too much of it at this point because my brain just doesn't work that way. But what I did like about that module is the abandoned house up on top and then the pirate's lair under. To me, that kind of works. It's a very classic, abandoned house, and then you find there's more to it. So what did you not like about it besides?
Well, I mean, I have an hour where I rant about it, but you talk about the house on top and the Pirate's Cove on the bottom. That Pirate's Cove is ripped off straight from the sample dungeon, my friend. That's not anything new. Like the sample dungeon, which is included in that core book for free. What is it, the Moldvay version? Or is it
something like that? Yeah,
like
it's
that.
pretty similar. You're
for
right.
free, has a Pirate's Cove that pretty much matches the description of what's going on. It's the Secret of Salt Marsh. So it's
you feel they could have done
more well made.
I don't want to start an edition war here because that's not what we're about.
Well,
but a lot of the second editions,
if you have an opinion, you have an opinion,
Well, a lot of the second edition release material had a lot of reprint in it. A lot of it.
Yeah, it did.
And yes, we're talking about first edition now.
Yeah, that was 1E though. You're right.
Well, I think it was not the very early modules that were done though. It was a later module, and they were already thinking, "Gee, how can we work less hard?"
Yeah.
And this was the corner they should not have cut. But so I'm with you on that. Yes.
Well, and 2E isn't really known for a whole lot of like classic modules. And
no, it really isn't.
I wonder if part of that, not the determining amount, but if part of it is that, as it seems to be in the hobby, a lot of the folks that got introduced with basic and first ed just stopped reading after first ed.
Yeah.
They just moved on. Even though 2E was just a cleanup of the rules and reorganization, it wasn't a different game. It was just a cleanup. But then the modules themselves, a lot of them get really heavy-handed in how they prescribe how things have to go, and folks don't like that. Whereas
they're very railroady. Yes.
A lot of the classic 1E modules, you can play them again and again and again.
Yeah, because they're
different stories. Yeah. And that's one of the design elements I'm putting into the Bumpy Hustle and into Blackulous Blood Castle. I want any inner city module to be replayable in a meaningful way. Well, like you will get a different story.
I like the Nexiel stuff. Don't worry. It's just there ought to be reasons for why things are in there. Is all. Well, we talked about that.
Yeah. No.
And the thing is,
reasons all there. Yeah.
I know you knew, but we need to make sure that the absolute dumbest person buying this module doesn't have a hard time telling.
So, one of my proofreaders, Adam Stevenson, he's the guy who bought me this sweater. He asked me at one point while I was reading it, "Did you write this on the level to where like really low IQ people could understand it?" And I was like, yes, I did. Because a big part of my job for the past several years has been writing training material, and I make no assumptions. Actually, the only assumption I make about the people reading my training material is that they don't know a dang thing and that they get distracted easily. That's what that's the audience I'm writing to. So anybody else is going to be able to go right through it. Yeah. Mystara Second Ed was terrible, Fred. It really was. They killed all the good parts of the setting and then didn't replace it with anything good.
Well, each one of the kit books, I thought, and personal opinions, so take it as such, but
yeah,
I looked at the kit books and I was like, so I'm paying for what, 35 pages of new material out of the 80 that you have in this wonderful hardcover?
Yeah.
And that's $25. Really, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like
you bought the splat books for the kits, and that's
I actually didn't. I just read the.
Well, I'm just saying that's what people bought them for, is because now I can have a ranger that's an Arctic ranger, or you know what I mean, or Elven Paladin or whatever the heck.
Well, I was more of a
it
GM at
really,
that point, so I didn't really care.
yeah. I wasn't I was still playing AD&D at the time, but it definitely, a lot of people, I mean, I have friends that swear by 2E that love it and love it because there was so much.
Well,
but to me, it's informational overload. There's too much crap. And it's too
am
much.
I your friend? Because I swear about 2E. I don't know a lot by it, but I you know, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I use 2E for. In for instance, the question we had about the potion of heroism last week. If you go to 2E, very, very small amounts of things were changed from 1E to 2E. And but I hear the background. But the explanation was kind of, some of the verbiage that we were talking about in AD&D, like the verbiage for certain things was very, I have a problem with some of the verbiage in some of the descriptions of things. So in 2E, they tried to explain a little bit more, put it in so a stupid person like me could understand it. That's how I look at it. So the potion of heroism is one example. We looked at it and we're like, oh, okay, well, there's your explanation. This is how it totally works, instead of this this thing that could be interpreted this way. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about 2E. Otherwise, it's all just it's too much for me. There's too much stuff. And the other thing that makes it a little complicated, even though it's not a bad thing, but it can be, is how many settings there were to follow.
Yeah. Well, I know.
Which, is not a bad thing, because you got things like Ravenloft, which I love. You have things like, Dragonlance, which I love, but I never really played in it. You had, Greyhawk was still there, which, I adore. L'adore. So as one of my friends
almost said, to an unhealthy
I don't love you, but I l'adore you. So, but I mean, that's my rant about 2E. But yeah, anyways.
1E version of Dragonlance I thought was better. The 2E version seemed a little sanitized, but when you get when me and some friends got down to like, okay, we're going to run a Dragonlance campaign, we ran into a problem of the books covered, like there was nothing we were going to do that was going to be near as cool as what the NPCs already did, and the NPCs are in the setting, so that's a problem that Forgotten Realms would get later on, as they wrote in every square inch of the setting with all these armor or plot armored really NPCs.
Yeah.
And didn't leave anything cool in the setting for you to do. Now, yes, of course you can make stuff up, but that's more work. Whereas a lot of settings like the Ravenloft one and that 2E and 1.5 and 2E handled that well, and 3 actually handled that well. Because there weren't heroes running around doing all the cool stuff. There was so much bad stuff to fight, and if you're going to be a hero, you have to have a villain to fight against. The only thing he had was an old guy named Van Richten, and he was busier than a nine-legged cat in a room full of rocking chairs. So that left room for the players to expand into the setting. And I think Greyhawk still did that in 2E, but TSR was trying to sabatage it.
Well, they were trying to destroy it. Yeah. So they put
which
out,
is terrible.
In my opinion, they put out junk at that time. But it's funny you say they kind of, by adding more, they kind of restrict you as a DM a little bit. And that once in Dragonlance is a great example of that. You don't have to follow it, but I mean, it's also like, like a new DM will go in there and say, oh, okay, I have to do this, and this. And, By the way, to go back to Salt Marsh, that was in 81, guys, when that came out. U1, Secret of Salt Marsh, 1981.
I have a funny Ravenloft story. I actually got to play in Ravenloft, and I enjoyed it, running into the Strahd zombies and things.
They're nasty.
We were playing the Island of Dr. Moreau, or the knockoff adventure thereof.
Yeah.
And we walked into the lab, and there's a giant beaker filled with ether that's got the valve on top for putting patients under and things, right? And I said, and it's obviously ether. And the GM said, yes, it is. And I said, then she went on to describe the rest of the lab, and there were certain guardians in the lab, and they were going to be way beyond us because they had 3 times many hit dice. We had hit points.
Yeah.
And I said, well, because I was playing a mage, and I said, I'm gonna fireball the beaker full of ether. But why would you do that? I said, well, because ether is 152 octane. It's explosive, highly, highly explosive. Really? Oh yeah, that's not in your module. No, they didn't put that in here. I was like, well, go ahead, take your time and look it up. And
Highly
it's like,
flammable.
oh my god, yeah, that's gonna wipe out the whole lab. I thought so. Really, it's probably gonna melt the treasure too. I thought I'm okay with that. We'll
That's
just take the
awesome.
experience for knocking out these 10 hit dice guys and move on. It's all right. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
write into a module something that can be made into an explosive, you should go ahead and
Well,
do the
and I felt
math
like,
and account for it.
who wrote this that didn't put a note in here? Oh my
know,
god!
right?
Yeah.
Because desperate players get creative, and that was a good move. That was a pro
It
gamer
was
move on your
fun,
part.
blowing the crap. I was like, you guys might want to leave the room because this is going to make a conflagration is a good term. Yeah.
Oh no, somebody mentioned Greyhawk. Now Joe Block showed up
Yeah. No, Joe Block's here.
to make sure that we're going to stay
Yeah,
on our
Joe.
best behavior.
No, you missed it. We were talking a little Greyhawk. Yeah, that's one thing that I do appreciate about, especially the Ravenloft and 1.5.2e. I really like how they kind of went parallel with some of the classic Universal monsters. You talk about the Island of Monroe, and they didn't call it that. They didn't call Frankenstein, but we knew what they were talking about.
Oh, sure.
And I loved that. You love that. The other thing interesting about 2E is I think that's when things really started getting a little politically correct too. Clerics became priests, and we want to get rid of this class, and so I appreciate 2E for those things that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic shift. And you're right. I can't really think of any really great module.
As dilatory as I was earlier,
yeah.
I played 2E and had a great time. I mean, I don't want to say it's a bad system.
Oh, yeah.
But I did have some objections to the fact that they were charging me full price for 35% new material. That bothered me.
Yeah, it did feel, especially in the splat books, it did feel like there wasn't a lot of new material. There was some in there that were like, I really like the Ranger one. I like the complete Ranger. Trying to think of some other ones that off the top of my head. I know Ryan and myself have gone back and forth in that. He loves that because he plays a Ranger. So there's a lot of good material
in the background. That's my son, by the way.
Oh,
we don't arguing with somebody over the rules for the Tank Wars one that everybody plays online. So.
Chris, you're so overpowering. We can't hear anybody but you.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
So this will be the highest rated stream ever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now there was plenty of good modules in 2E, but it did suffer some of the problems that we were talking about. Because like Joe said it a number of times, Joe generally goes with here's a bunch of interesting locations, memorable NPCs, and worthwhile challenges. And here's a little bit of connective tissue for them all. Go nuts. And so you can replay and get substantially different experiences out of most of his modules. Which is generally why I give him such high praise. But 2E's a collector's nightmare way too much. That sounds like someone's going soft. I see what you bid on for collectibles on Facebook, Matt. Don't give me this crap. No, you just like drop $400 something on like a white box. I don't want to hear it. And that monstrous mythology, Joe, you are not kidding. I think that's probably the best religion accessory I've seen.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
RPG. It just covers everything so well. And the Complete Humanoids Handbook, I really like that. And Steve Winter in the Complete Psionics Handbook made that playable. And that's when that became my favorite class, because the 1E Psionic, it was garbage. It was hot.
It was very truncated and I think it was only included because there was so much on television. Every made-for-TV movie had some psychic person in it that did something, right? And so they had to pay some tribute to it. But I don't remember Gary being terribly into the whole psionics thing either, to be honest with you.
if you get the hang of understanding the different metrics in because I've used it in some of my campaigns and it seemed like it worked really well, but the average player, the average character doesn't really have a high I can't remember what the rating is called for psionics, but they can't really do much with it. You know what I mean? It's very, even disciplines are hard to come by in that game. So in that that kind of in the 1E psionics, but you're right. The psionics book for 2E was, that really did open it up a lot, and explained a lot of things, expanded and made it playable.
And it gave it a different, it wasn't just reskinned magic. It was a whole different type of power. And that was one of the things that appealed to me is that, a wizard, they're beholden to their spell book and whatever the source of magic in their world's going to give them. A cleric, if their deity decides that I don't like you anymore, then I ain't giving you anything. Whereas a psionic is their own power source. They're independent. They're self-sufficient. And while they might not be tossing fireballs or granting wishes, they are their own power cell. And I like that. There's something about that appeals to me.
Yeah, Joe says right here, I still think psionics belongs in Gamma World and Metamorphosis Alpha. That's 100% true.
You are a grognard, aren't you? Yeah.
Well, it really depends on what type of game you want to play, and you're right. Swords and spells, and that is kind of enough, especially because in 1E it's so dang complicated. It's so taboo, and So how often
Dark
have you
Sun disagrees?
What's that?
Dark Sun disagrees with you.
There you go. There's another one of those 2E worlds.
Well, and allow me to say to our friend the Greyhawk Grognard, there's a rumor afoot that next summer there's going to be an all new version of Metamorphosis Alpha that comes out for the anniversary.
Yeah. And somebody on this show might know a lot about it. Yeah.
And I'm agreeing with you to some extent that certain psychic abilities should be part of it. I don't know about things like a psychic attack, only from the aspect maybe of mind reading, but not necessarily mind control. I don't know. There's a fine line between metachlorines, which are not really science fiction; they're more science fantasy, and mind control, I guess. And I think we're going to be very cognizant of that.
Huh.
So I'm sorry. I might be involved in the next edition of Metamorphosis Alpha. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Might be. Didn't you have like an announcement not that long ago?
They have not made an announcement, therefore I cannot either.
Okay. I thought there was something involving Jim Ward and like y'all being blood brothers and all that. And
well, we were
legally y'all were the same person, it turns out. And so they can't get you out of it.
Because I could not convince him that McDonald's would eventually kill him, which I'm pretty sure it did, but let's not go there. Yeah.
To Jim Ward. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, let's get it. There we go.
And I see Riff's getting some love in the chat from Fred. So to Riffs.
I will say that, Jim Ward was possibly the best storyteller I ever met.
Yeah. Here. How long has it been since Jim's has left us? It's been a couple of years now.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he actually passed away on Thursday while I was at GaryCon. And someone came up to me at my event and said, "Oh, by the way, you might need to know," which really helped me to finish the event. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They interrupted you while you were running?
Wait, it's worse because they also told me, by the way, your old dog that clings to you as though she were a wet paper towel anytime you're home? Yeah, she couldn't deal with the fact that you were at the con, so we had to put her down today. I was like, are we going to have a talk about missiles that are on their way from Russia yet? Or is that the end of the disasters for the day?
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
God, dude. So GaryCon, just endless source of horrors, huh? God.
That day was not a good day. Wow,
I'm sorry to Chris Clark. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, not
I'm
to
glad,
not to
I'm
disrupt,
glad we
not to
got through the
derail us,
word
but I
while
want
was
to
here.
not to derail us, but I want to say hi to Dre and Noel. He says, "Hey there, how are you guys?
Doing good.
Hey, welcome to the show. Good to see
How
you,
you
and
doing?
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas."
Yeah. And we got
That was a hell of a Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe says he still hasn't used his huge MA edition or the city. Yeah, that's
Well, and
that
Joe,
was a
by the way,
beast.
if you have the material from Joe Goodman from DCC that they did for MA, we didn't want to invalidate that, so Jim and I rolled it into the big red thick Troll Lords Warden book. One thing they did do that I don't know, might cause a little friction with the folks that work for Joe. Their version of Epsilon City was so tiny that we made it, I think, 4 blocks of the actual Epsilon City, which covers about 28 blocks. But yeah. Well, it's not a thin book. It's not.
So it sounds like next year we're going to be playing some Metamorphosis Alpha.
We might be playing some Metamorphosis. It's true. Yeah.
good deal.
Yeah.
Just a vicious rumor, but yes.
Is there any more that you can say about that, or no?
Should it come to pass?
Yeah, which we
is
all
my
hope and
hope.
pray, by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
it is my hope to gather together as many people who have contributed to Metamorphosis. I need another drink. Have contributed to Metamorphosis Alpha over the years, and Big Tent, the whole operation. Get everybody who has contributed involved. Yes, Andrew, I mean you. Yes, Jamie Chambers, I mean you. Yes, Mr. Wampler, I mean you. Everybody that has contributed. I want to Big Tent this thing because it's a project near and dear to all of us.
Yeah.
So yes. Yeah.
Are we talking about a full rewrite of Metamorphosis Alpha?
Yeah, they're looking for a full new version. Last I talked to them, it's all just jibby jabby right now. It's all just jawboning. But I don't know. Is that colloquial? Probably. But regardless, they mentioned yes, we ought to redo a whole new version. One thing I do want to make sure makes the final new rules is leveling. So Metamorphosis Alpha with leveling, so you actually can progress your character as you go.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting to see how you handle that, because I don't know if that's a big gripe of mine, but I'll tell you what the big gripe of Metamorphosis Alpha is the first edition that I have. I can't read it because the dang print sucks. It's so small.
Have you seen your optometrist lately?
I am an 11
Hey,
point.
have you seen these glasses? I mean,
Angelo, I am an 11 point guy, okay, and
Hey,
I don't consider times 11 point to be actual 11 point. So don't worry on that score. Actual 11 point type is what I ask for in every book that I ever worked on, because good God, yeah, the days of 9 point type hopefully are in our past.
Yeah,
and yeah, mine aren't quite as thick as yours, but
yeah. You definitely everything as I pull them away, everything gets really large.
I have a different pair for driving because these are only good out to about 16 feet. So
yeah. Do you drive without them?
No, I drive with a different pair.
Okay, got it.
Because I am nearsighted, but these don't correct enough to read signs until they're at about 50 feet. Which, when you're doing 100 and the speed limit sign comes up and says 35, you're in trouble. It's too late already.
Yeah.
So now that shifting gears a little, now that Joe mentioned his ADD adventure engine, I'm going to give him a shameless plug. He announced a couple months back that he's doing a system neutral ad engine, which is very similar to the AD&D rules. And there's he's hoping to get different worlds and systems that kind of adopt this. And so think of Boot Hill with an armor class, that kind of stuff. So, Chris, you and I have talked about this quite a bit. I think Stephen, you and I too, but
good idea.
Give hats off to that. Little shameless plug for you. There you go, Joe. But Metamorphosis Alpha could sure work with that too. So I don't know.
And absolutely,
maybe there's an armor class in Metamorphosis Alpha that.
And we both want to preserve the mutation chart that used to exist, or exist, I should say, in the early versions, but expand it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because mutations are half the fun. Let's be honest.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? It's a poor dual brain, like that. Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Star Frontiers?
Sure.
I didn't know.
It was
Yeah,
all right.
I actually really love Star Frontiers. I think that's a really great game.
I'll get you on Lance soon. Don't worry. It's all right.
Lance is good. Lance is good. I remember. I know that when last time I played with you and Lance, I blew everything up, and it was a lot of fun rolling 3 million dice. I think I had a rocket launcher or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of it was connected to keeping the air inside the And so when he blew it up, there was no air. And so how long have I got? Well, about 3 hours left in the bottle, but there's solutions I'm sure that you can come up with.
No.
So see, Joe also mentioned his dream of running a grand campaign connecting those 3 settings. Well, Joe, if you would get off your tuchus and maybe focus on getting something done, then maybe you can make that happen. Did you ever think about that? Make the time, make it happen.
Yeah,
don't dream it, be it. Yeah. He's the hardest working man in the RPG industry.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, just how much stuff does Joe put out? Holy crap!
Yeah. I think he's working overtime. Tommy LeBlanc 3207. Thanks for jumping on. He says AD&D in 1979 with Taco, and also the way that Psionics was lots of fun. And you know what?
Psionics was, I'll say this though, Tommy, Psionics was a little bit truncated. I mean, you had 5 different attack moves to choose. That was it. And they all kind of sort of did the same thing. And okay, you had telekinesis and then you had this, but it wasn't enough, in my opinion, to even mimic what you saw in the movies of those days.
What is that screen you've got there, Angelo?
Well, this is one of the parts of the DM screen for AD&D, and it had a whole section. You don't see this a lot, but there's the second part of the screen has all the psionic tables. So this is all for psionics. If you looked at, oh man, I use it every game we play, but the main screen's got all your combat tables, but then there was this piece too that had all the psionics. So I'm just showing all the charts and stuff for psionics. What I really liked about the psionics was all the disciplines, all the different levitation and this and that. That was what I really liked about it.
I didn't think there were enough disciplines.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I didn't think there were enough disciplines.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a limited list. I mean, if I'm looking at this,
I also wanted it to be a slightly more mathematical function, I guess, it'd be a way to put it that, because then it lends itself towards being science fiction rather than fantasy.
Yeah. Joe says he's got 2 crowdfunding books coming out in 2026. Oh boy, what are they? If you can give us a sneak peek. I think I probably know, but I'd love to hear it.
Well, he's got 2, but what about you, Chris? How many do you got at least one up that? At least have 3 coming out in 2026.
Yeah,
that was all the writing done. We have 3.
Gotcha. So we got some inner city stuff.
I'm not running the crowdfunding because I'm going to just write and do layouts and organize things, and organize the books. But we have Castle Wolfman's first, and then Metamorphosis Alpha, and then with just a little bit of luck, and you and I may have one that also coincides with this, so we may have 4. But the folks that would do the first 2 are also going to be involved in something called the Dark Kickstarter, which is the Dark Outpost, Dark Visitor, Dark Colony, and there's actually a 4th module that was never produced, and we're going to put them together all as one full set and make that. Yeah, that's for that was released under Eldritch, and the one that Jim and I had about half written. I won't kid you that it's all Jim's work. It's not. It's about a quarter Jim, and then I need to finish it. Is Dark Legacy. But it is the final outcome, which explains everything of why things are the way they are in the Dark Outpost universe. Yeah. And by the way, the Dark Outpost is also a place that you can find in the Lance universe. Holy cow! Overlaps on top of overlaps. What are you going to do?
You could be dropping some meta plot, some deep lore, and folks like that because, like, take for example, the Vampire game from the inception up until they decided to nuke it for whatever reason in Gehenna. They kept building this meta plot, and people kept that gave people a reason to buy every single book because there would always be just a little bit of meta plot in each of them, and there's all kinds of conspiracy boards about how it all fits together, and folks today are still arguing over what this NPC was doing or this and the other. But then they nuked it, came out with Requiem, and the meta plot was gone, and they didn't replace it either. And so the folks who are addicted to the sugar rush of like the conspiracy theory and the details and working with that, they were like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
So good on you. Give people what they want.
I will not make it so difficult to understand that you need an IQ of above 180 to get there. Believe me.
But just 175, you're good.
179, maybe. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you got to have the controversy out there. You got to have the controversy. So.
Yeah, it's what keeps people thinking about it.
Exactly.
And if you're occupying their mind, then they want to play the game.
Exactly.
So they can find the answer through play, right? They can be like, aha, I know what it is because we did this thing in the game.
I also like to give GMs the option of more than one final outcome.
Sure, yeah.
People bought the Starship Warden book thinking, oh my goodness, I get to actually find out what happened to the ship. And then there's 4 explanations for it that are given in the Starship Warden book.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you want to use as a GM.
So Joe just said here, and I guess this, he says sneaky peeky, one Castle of the Archmage expansion and another OSR rule expansion.
Cool.
So I have this in front of me. Yeah, look at how thick this bad boy is. Mega dungeon.
Has
look
he
at that.
signed it yet, though?
Look at that. And so that man that we call Greyhawk Grognard dares to add an expansion to this. What are you trying to do? You trying to kill us? What the hell?
He's trying to kill me.
Well, since you've already run all the way through that, he's giving you more material to keep going with it, Angelo.
I love it. I love
it. He's
Wow.
trying to keep up with your demand.
Show us the Joseph Block signature.
Oh, that will. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. And look at this.
There it is. All
Number
right.
39. I like that you stopped at 419 because all the anti weed people don't go to 420. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, so Joe's against the herb. All right. Unfriend, denounce. Done. I'm through with you. I'm only going to write for a game that has marijuana written into the rules because thanks to Chris Clark, Inner City's got.
Well, I think Inner City's got quite a bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but in coming up with the modules, I'm introducing new drugs as we go along. In Blackula's Blood Castle, PCP shows up, and there was the Angel Dust Olympics encounter that was memorable. It was a disaster, as Angel Dust Olympics should be.
Yeah,
you know, 2-page knockout on definition of different types of acid. I mean, it's all right. Yeah, no problem. I was alive then. I understand about the orange microdot and the brown and don't take the brown acid, like that. Yeah.
Real quick, not to change the subject, we'll come right back. But I just want to say, give a shout out to Jim Murphy here. I just did a video with him, a buddy of mine. He's also known as Game Methuselah online. Great lover of the game. Thanks for joining in, Jim. Good to see you. Merry Christmas, my friend. And he says, more is better. Yeah. So
what are you talking about? You've done 2 videos with him recently.
Okay.
Not 1, but 2.
Yeah,
so
and we got more coming. So
I think you can watch them in either order, though. Like I think like they're independent episodes.
Yeah. Oh, they're totally independent. Yeah. Jim is an absolute lover of the gaming world and concentrates on the crutch and or just the whole premise of the friendship in gaming. And I love talking to him. The friendships gained in gaming, and I love talking with him. He's just and now that I don't live in LA, I don't see it as much, but we used to game quite a bit at a buddy at our house every Wednesday, and we'd play anything from Cthulhu Wars to, you name it, board games to D6, Star Wars, to everything. Yeah, Dragon Quest. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah. Thanks for joining in, for sure.
Yeah, and I still feel bad for those minis of yours that went missing, Jim. I heard that story and I was like,
Oh my God.
like I'm not even a mini guy, but I know how important minis are to you. Like,
well, he had a
bummed me
whole
out.
army of Starguard miniatures that you obviously, I think they were from the 70s and they're fully painted. He's had forever, and yeah, and so a bunch of the people in the community got together and got him some new ones that he's currently painting right now. Well, repainting? I don't know how it would be because it's a whole new army. So painting, repainting, I don't know. But
yeah, he's getting them ready.
Yeah. But anyway.
Now, did you have a topic you wanted us to talk about tonight? Because we've just been riffing like the whole time. Like I didn't want to bury the lead.
No. The topic was, I think I was going to talk about the Unearthed Arcana and how crazy the freaking spells in there are. But you know what? We'll say that for another time. Yeah. And let me get back through some of these comments because we got sidetracked here. Yeah. Joe says something about exactly that's why he took Psionics out of Adventures Dark and Deep. I had to include Psionic Strike. Yep. Because Psionic Blast is the only discipline or power that can be used against non-psionics, but to replace Sonic Blast, so certain monsters weren't suddenly underpowered. And then he also said, "Oh, that's a real one." Yes, it is. This is a real one. This is a real one. Yep. And because 14 levels is not enough. Merry Christmas, Jim. Okay. Fred always loves to talk about blue hack, black hack, quack hack. So I'm going to throw that up there too. But yeah, Fred's another lover of all systems. Yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah. But yeah, we didn't really have a topic. I think we did pretty well with talking about everything.
Oh yeah. Well, what did you do for Christmas, Angelo?
I had a friend over here. We hung out and did a ham in the crock pot. Made some mashed potatoes and did stuff like that. Just kind of relaxed today. It wasn't really. Did some editing and ordered a couple things and that kind of stuff. But yeah, didn't really do much. How about you? Tell me.
Well, I was looking forward to just a chill long weekend and chill Christmas with the wife and the mother-in-law, all the dogs. But a few days ago, out of the blue, one of my friends from the Army who lives about an hour from here hit me up asking if he could go to Christmas Eve church service with me because I had shanghaied him into it last year. But apparently it really meant something to him. And it looked like it did at the time, but I figured, he wasn't going to show back up because he doesn't really go to church that often. But when someone asked me if they could go to church with me, yeah, I'm going to go to church and they're going to come with me. But I told him, but you're going to have to come over and have dinner too. And he's like, okay, you got me. And then the day comes and he it's like, I'm going stir crazy over at my house. Can I come over early? I was like, yeah, that's fine. And I ran down to the butcher shop just down the street and picked up some prime steaks for us.
Nice.
Yeah, but like it's the first store I've ever been in where half the inventory is Wagyu and prime. Like the entire store. I'm not even exaggerating. And so they have so much of it. It's perpetually, some of it's on sale. So, poor little mice like me can afford it. Not like Chris Clark. I'm sure he eats it every day. So I had him over, put some prime steak in him. The wife made some wonderful sides to go with it. And we went to church. I volunteer and do audio video work at the church. So like running the slides, making sure the music and mics are muted and stuff like that. But the guy who runs it, he decided that he was going to do everything. See you, Joe. he was going to do everything. He was going to conduct the choir. He was going to conduct the bell choir. He was going to run the AV. And it was very clear early on that was not going to happen. So I was like, sorry, my buddy, I got to go help this guy out. And I got up there. He's like, thank God, I'm so overwhelmed. It's like, yeah, dude, ask you. And there was people in the audience that have done this as volunteers. Any one of us could have done it, but he didn't want to impose. He wanted us to enjoy our Christmas Eve service. Like, dude, no, you need to like not blow a gasket. But so that's what we did. And so we had the service, came back and hung out, chit chatted for a while. So that was fun. And today slept in till like 8:40, which I know we're not night owls like Monsieur Clark here, where he's going to bed at 8:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
But if I had my druthers, I'd be a night owl like you and like our goth friends here. But we got up late, well rested, chilled out, and just been putzing around the house. It's been nice. Caught up on some short films that I hadn't seen, including one produced by Mark Taramino of Dark Wizard Games fame, and it was called Judges. It was pretty good. I liked it. And the story threw a twist at me at the end that really made it pop. And it was only like 20 minutes. Hey, Tommy, appreciate it. That's cool. Business.
Yeah, Tommy, thanks for stopping by. Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, I had to do some work or else I wouldn't be happy with myself. So I did more editing on the Bumpy Hustle. And I got the list of art, talked with my wife about, and we've been brainstorming. Okay, she's like, what size do you want? Where's it going to go? This and that, and confirming that pen and ink is what we want, because the pen and ink and we want to match the pen and ink style from the core book, and to give some visual consistency. And I told her like the cover of the core book, that's the energy kind of feel we're going for on this too. And then she asked me what movies should she think about to have get a mindset of the visuals of what I'm going for. I was like, oh, that's really good. So now the book's going to have an included a suggested watching list to help folks get their mind in the game. And then just been looking forward to hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, lifted weights, got to keep the pump on.
Man, gotta do that.
I actually played a trick on my son because he saw me unwrap my new cordless drill, right? So what I did is I took a 750 milliliter Jack Daniels bottle, brand new, that I bought for him. A power, what are those power drinks called? Monster or something? Anyway, right?
Yeah.
The thin one, the skinny one. Red Bull, that's it. Red Bull. And a Tupperware. And I wrapped it so that it looked like a cordless drill and put it under the tree. So he watched me unwrap my new cordless drill and then looked at it and went, oh, great. I get Dad's old cordless drill. Yeah. And it wasn't. It was some halfway decent spirit and the Red Bull, which I'm not sure why people like that, but they do. And a Tupperware, because he has no Tupperware because he's a single male. So yeah. He got some other stuff too, but that was the fun one. Yeah, that was the fun.
I failed to say what some other things I did today because I didn't just sit around. Do you know what this is?
Is that an old reel-to-reel tape recorder? Oh no, that's an old Super 8 film recorder.
Projector.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8mm. So I have.
That was a Super 8, I think.
I have a bunch of old slides, which is another machine that's over there. My dad, did back in the 70s. And my mom, and on the vacations, and just pretty cool stuff. So I also have this, which is some old 8mm film for my grandparents, and So I busted this out. The bulb still is good in it. It still powers up, and I noticed it won't go forward. So I opened it up, did some Googling, and found there's a belt in there that's snapped. So I've since put it back together. I should have left it open because I'm going to go get the belts or order them, but. That's always fun. And I was thinking, man, this has got to be 40 years old.
Oh, yeah.
50 years old. And
that's from the 70s, yeah.
Yeah, just needs a new belt. I wish things were
40. Keep going. It's older than 40, yeah.
I have one from the 60s.
Yeah, 70s.
It still works.
And that's the thing.
Great.
Old Sears.
I'm sorry, regular 8. That one
Yeah,
was
old
the
series.
Advent
Well,
of
this does standard and super 8mm. Yeah,
Cool, man.
yeah, and self-feeding and all that. It's really nice.
Can I really burst your bubble though?
Please.
There are a number of places where you can take your old 8mm in and they put them in
And
a
convert them.
file for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that with a couple of my dad's videos. He was a big motorcycle enthusiast before he passed away. I don't know if you guys don't know this, but my dad passed away when I was 2 months old. But he was a huge motorcycle enthusiast and went up and down the coast showing his bike and extended forks. I mean, amazing bike. I'll show some pictures someday. But he's got videos of all this stuff and that I've converted over to DVD, which is pretty awesome. Just him tweaking out in the garage, messing with his bike and it's stuff they did back in the day.
You'd be amazed these days, Angelo. You walk in with a huge box of Super 8 films and you come home with a stick.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was I mean, 8-minute video that's on a
CD, into your TV, and that's it.
Yeah.
But Chris, he has to make sure that thing still works because he has a number of special movies that if someone were to process it, they would have to notify the police.
Exactly.
And we got a plausible deniability is the highest of all.
He's got his own personal copy of Brown Chicken and Brown Cow.
Brown Chicken and Brown. I think they even make the machines where you could just you can convert it yourself at you're in your own.
They used to. It's actually so cheap at like whatever amounts to the Photoshop that does that these days that they just even those are hard to find. The machines where you do it at home are hard to find because it's so cheap to just have it done.
Well, the last ones I did was take them to Costco. My uncle and I took them to Costco. And they just boom days later.
I think we took ours to Walgreens and it was like $44, and I got a stick full, 54 meg stick full of movies on it. So
wow,
that's a good way to preserve those reels too, because I mean they're not going to last forever. So
and my kids are all like, "Dad, who's driving that boat?" "Oh, that's me, age 6."
Yeah.
One thing you might want to do if you haven't thought to do it is to upload those videos to like YouTube or Rumble and just put it on private to where no one else gets to see it. And so if you do need to send it out, you have a redundancy.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Sort of cloud storage. Yes.
Great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool.
We copied the stick right away. Actually copied it several times, gave them to the kids, so that everybody in the family has them. But
Good deal.
Yeah.
I need to get going too because folks need to go night.
Well, gentlemen, we've been going on for an hour and 22 minutes and 14 seconds. So I think we did a great job. I did want to talk about the Unearthed Arcana and how those spells, because we had a conversation about that, but we'll say that for next year because I'll tell you one thing. We have the person that's down below right there. I'm pointing to him. There we go. Wait, yeah. He has said he will be here for the New Year's show that we have. So was that a commitment or was that a possibility?
So are we doing New Year's Eve or New Year's?
New Year's Day.
Okay.
I'll come for New Year's Day too.
My vampire gamers suddenly decided they can play on just that day. So unfortunately I won't be able to make that one. That sounds like a great topic though.
Well, that you are welcome anytime that gaming first, obviously. So you are welcome to come back anytime and
appreciate it.
Hang out. As far as just a shameless plug for this channel. So tomorrow I'm hanging out with the one and only Grow Dog. We all know who that is. We're going to be talking Greyhawk for a little bit. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And that's the next thing we have for this channel. And then, we got our game Monday night and we'll see how I can kill you guys. Yeah.
And tomorrow I have to do dishes and clean the kitchen.
My kitchen's a mess up there.
Your shirt says addicted to goth girls, but I'm really thinking you're addicted to Greyhawk.
Yeah, I love it. I don't think I love it as much as Greyhawk Ragnarok. I put him on a pedestal of because I ask him questions when I want to know about something.
So from your perspective, he needs help, is what you're saying.
If I need help, I ask him. So But yeah, that is my world of preference. I love it. I love the sandboxy of it, sandboxiness of it. But man, I just love it. I think my second one coming up, it might be a thing that starts with a castle.
He made me save this for him.
Oh, I did. I said, give me that. You know, I find myself going on to RPG auctions or all the different auction sites, and even if I already have it, I bet on it. I don't know. It's horrible. I think I am addicted. I don't need 5 copies of the folio, but I do have it. Yeah,
I'm not sure you can get help from Charter on that.
So do you also go on websites and bid on goth girls? Oh, and we're done. Oh, we're out of time, folks. Hey,
what a game! Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Epstein.
Hey, point me in the right direction. Point me in the right direction.
We'll go off.
Send me a link if you know. It sounds like you know.
Right, really, yeah.
Man.
It was
All right,
wonderful talking to you, gentlemen, on Christmas.
Yes, it was good to see you, my friend.
Hey, it was super fun. Super fun. Fun.
We shall all do great things together. Trust me when I say this. Yes.
Yeah. And that inner city thing kind of is getting close too. Is that going to be kickstarted?
I would like to do Black Hill at least as a Kickstarter. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to pump that.
Oh my God. Yeah. We only get to do that once, and that is just so freaking cool.
Yeah. Tommy LeBlanc, keep on gaming, brother. Good night, Fred.
See you, Tommy.
All right, you guys. Well, take care. God bless and Merry Christmas, everyone. And man, keep on gaming, everybody.
You betcha.